How's it going, guys? So it is very cold out, and of course the throwout bearing on the Celica decided to go out the week I was going to be doing coilovers. And so today we're doing both the clutch and coilovers. Clutch I'm not going to focus on as much just because I'm trying to get it done fast, but kind of just show you guys what I'm doing and kind of roughly walk you through the process, I guess. I don't know. So as of right now, she's jacked up. I'm draining the transmission fluid because first off, it should probably be changed anyway, even though it actually looks really good. Like, it's cold, but it doesn't look all too bad color-wise. But I figured we'll just put fresh fluid in it just to be safe. Got the clutch. Basically, I just had to take the wheels off, and then there's two plastic panels that cover all that I had to take off. But I gotta let this drain for a fast second. But while that's happening, I've got to remove the battery and all the stuff over on this side so I can get the shift linkages. So I'm gonna pop the hood and start doing that. So it's gonna be a good time. I got a heater, which is nice. So I've gotten all that stuff removed. I also removed the intake boot so I could get the ECU box moved. And I got both of the linkages unpinned. So now I gotta undo the bolts back here to get the linkage holding, or the shift cable linkage holding bracket off. So I'm gonna do that and probably get some more stuff done. But yeah, going okay. All right, so I got the shift linkages undone. Also undid a bolt right there. I undid this clutch line bolt right there. I know I just undid some other stuff, but next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come under here and get these clutch line holders undone from the transmission. And I think I'm just gonna pull the whole slave cylinder off, but so I don't have to re-bleed the system. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get the ones down there undone next. Okay, come under here. The whole actuator is completely off. So the next step is to get this half shaft out, which what you do, undo these three under here, and then you can just kind of swing the hub out, and you can pull that half shaft out. So I'm gonna do that right now. Hopefully it goes pretty well. That was a bit of a pain, but driver's side axle's out. To get the passenger side out, I'm gonna have to come under here and undo the bolts right there, and then repeat the process. The way I did it was I undid the three bolts on the bottom, and then I undid the shock so I could pull the whole hub out, and I just kind of pulled on it till it came out, which is what people do. Snow's picking up, which kind of annoys me, but it is what it is. So anyway, I'm gonna get the other axle out now. All right, this one's out. Next thing I gotta do is I gotta drop down this. This is actually both a mount and just this like little bottom beam. And I don't know if those wires are connected to anything. If they are, I'll undo them. But getting really close to actually dropping it down. I just gotta undo the mounts and the bell housing bolts. So I'm just gonna kind of start working on all those. So got this under support out. The way I did it is I had to unbolt the mount bracket from the transmission itself to pull it out. But that means there's only one mount left holding the transmission on and the bell housing, and that's just this one right in there. I'm gonna get that one out and get the bell housing bolts undone, drop the transmission out, and then we'll have easy access to the clutch. I'll probably put my jack underneath the transmission to support it when I do all that, so that way it doesn't just drop out and break anything. But yeah, it's been like 3 hours, but we're getting her done. So transmission's starting to come out, but I need to remove the actual engine mount on the frame, so I have the clearance to get the transmission out. So I'm gonna remove that. It's just some 14 mils. Then I think the transmission will come out. Well, transmission is out. Over there is the old bearing. It's shot. It was so shot, it tore some of them teeth up. Had to get a new pigtail because I messed up. But I'm gonna get the clutch pulled off and get the new one on and aligned, and then get the transmission back in, and it'll be mint. Well, it's day 2. I did get the transmission back in. I was trying to last night, but I couldn't get it in, so I just had to stop for the night. But she's back in. You can't see it at all, But I put the mount back in, down in there. Now I just gotta jack the transmission up and get the bolt through this mount over here to hold the transmission up. And then I can put all the rest of the bell housing bolts in and then start redoing and starting to bolt all the mounts back up. So get this mount hooked up, jack the trans and engine up, get that bolt through, bell housing bolts, and then other trans mounts, and then all the little details here and there. So just a quick update. I've got this trans mount. I've got the two front to back trans mounts bolted up. I just got to put the bolts for this cross member in. And then the trans will be fully mounted back in, minus the two bell housing bolts on the on the firewall side, which those will be easy enough. And then after that, I can start working on, you know, this, well, got to get the axles back in and then like the shift linkages and stuff. So I'm going to go through, get these trans mounts finished and the bell housing, and then I'll start doing all this junk stuff. Actually, I'll probably do this first, and then we'll do this, and then we can fill it with fluid. Axles are back in. I just got to button up the suspension, and then we can move on to like the shift linkages and then put oil in it, which will be very exciting and fun, and then we can actually test it. Okay, everything down here is back in. The shift linkages, the battery tray, all that. The battery can go in at this point, but first I'm gonna fill the transmission with oil, and today's flavor is some Delvac gear oil. This is the right weight, and it's GL5, which is what this transmission calls for, and it calls for 2 quarts, which I have 2 quarts. So I'm just gonna, because I know I have the right amount, I'm just gonna fill it at this upper angle. Normally you just fill it till it starts pouring out, but I already know I have the specified amount, so we'll be fine. So yeah, I gotta pop it off, and I might hook a tube up and pull up into the engine bay. I don't know if I gotta, no, I do have a tube long enough, but basically just right there is the drain bolt right there, and you just put a tube into it, pull it up to the engine bay so you can just pour it down in. So I'm gonna get on that, and then might need a bit of a, might need to adjust the clutch pedal a bit. But yeah, we're on the home stretch pretty much. Just got to finish a few small things. All right, well, it's got transmission fluid in it. Now I just got to throw the little plastic covers. I don't know if you can see it back there, but the 2 plastic covers like kind of cover that whole area. And then just got to put the wheels on, and hopefully everything goes well. I'm also gonna throw, got some wheel spacers ordered. And don't worry, they are hub-centric and they're good material and whatnot. Just because the fitment is trash and whatnot. No, it's not the right way. No, the best way is through proper offset wheels. I don't have money for that though. So, got some wheel spacers, 20 for the front, 25 for the rear. And we're gonna throw those on to hopefully fix the fitment until I can, well, and then do coilovers later. But anyway, just to kind of see how the fitment looks before and after. So anyway, let me get the all that stuff done. Yeah. So the wheels are back on. Couldn't use the wheel spacers because I ordered 20 and 25. The 20s show a little bit too much stud, so I'm gonna return the 20s, get some 30s for the back, and then use the 25s on the front. But so we'll just do those later. But now I gotta get the battery in, start it, see if the clutching gauges or if it needs any adjustments, and then she'll be mint again. So it's been a few days and the clutch is mint. I had to adjust the pedal a lot, and but she's mint. We don't have time for the coilovers today. Those will be coming soon though. I'm sure you guys will see that video in the next couple weeks.
That's what he means.
Yeah, but for this video, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Say bye, Zach.